Hey guys, Fanciful T here. Thank you so much for joining me again. Today we're going to be talking about my Sherwood Queen. We're going to go ahead and move forward on it. I'm going to tell you a couple things that I have done off camera and a couple things that I'm getting ready to do with you today. So first off, I have all of them fastened. Okay, they're all fastened to the frame, to the form itself, the transom and everything. I have all of my frames on. I did go ahead and notch out right here. What I did is I used my saw to go ahead and cut down into it. All right, and then I took my chisel and right at the top, gave it a nice wrap, and it popped right out. That made it nice and easy, but it's not easy if you don't cut the inner frame. You don't have to worry about the outer, or the outer frame. If you cut the inmost frame, but not the outer, it is a little more difficult, but I went ahead and did that, made it nice and easy. So now that that was done, what I needed to do next was take my pieces that are going to go from here and stretch towards the front. I had to rip them down on the saw table because they were twice as wide as I needed them. So I went ahead and did that, and this is one right here. It pretty much goes from the back all the way to the front. Now we're not going to need the entire length, but the reason that you leave it longer than you need is because at some point you are going to cut it. And then it's going to be fared down to a point where it just dead ends into the hull of the boat, and you don't know exactly what that's going to be or where it is going to end until you fare it and you start not necessarily putting hull, but you start looking at where the lines are going to be once you've run your chine and everything else. So today we're going to be putting all 6 of these on. Again, with these right in here, and I'll show a picture of it right here. Right in here, it's angled up towards the transom. What that means is that on these pieces, you have to angle them this way. Then you can, if you're a perfectionist, you can take and sand it and get it just perfect so that it sits in just right. I am not a perfectionist, not really, so I wasn't too concerned with it. Anything is going to be sanded and smoothed down. So at this stage of construction, the only thing that needs to be perfect is the center line of our frames, which we have already taken care of. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting these on. I'm going to put glue on the furthest back and tack it in with a brad nailer. I am going to come back later and put screws in it, but I'm tacking it in just so that it doesn't fall out to allow the glue to dry. I will pre-drill the hole, countersink the screw, because our plywood is going to be going flat for the hull. It's going to be going flat right over top of this, so you don't want that screw hanging out, so it needs to be countersunk on every frame. So without anything else, let's get started. Alright guys, so that is the rough fit for these, and I still need to put screws and countersink them into the frames themselves, but what that did is that shored all of our frames up. That this is pretty much what the hull is going to be sitting on, other than I have to notch out in the back for the keel so that that can go all the way down the center line, and then all I have to do is fare the bottom and we'll be pretty much ready for hull, at least on the bottom. Still have to do some things to the sides. Thank you everyone for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe. If you want to see my videos, hit that notification bell down below. And as always, stay fancy.